Kia Legionnaires, Rykon here. Welcome to the Town Hall. I trust that you can all hear and see me okay. We'll do some quick tech checks before we get underway today. Let's hope we're all okay this time. Fantastic, thank you very much, Stuck. Welcome to the Town Hall. If you've never been to a Town Hall before, it's effectively a chance for me and you to hang out, for you to ask some questions of me to try and answer them as best I can. You know, we'll see how it goes. It is incredibly hot here today in New Zealand. We have just started slamming into summer, and today really seems to be the first day possible. Remix, damn it! You got me for a second. There. Ah dear. Well, yes, it is incredibly warm in here. I'm going to do my absolute best. There is a cat nearby as well, so if for some reason the stream drops all of a sudden, blame it on Amelie. So there we go. So there are a few things that I'm going to try and cover today. The first being, I made a little bit of an announcement on Twitter semi-recently, where I talked about a man named Leonidas, and a certain Skyrim roleplay, which has been on hiatus for a good long while. Now, I teased for a decent duration as to when that return might happen, and it looks like that return is more on the horizon than it was before. So, stay tuned on that one. As soon as I have more information, as soon as I have more of an idea as to when a particular mod is going to be coming out, that's when we're going to be able to get that series back on the cards. And for those of you who don't know, the mod in question was Apotheosis, a mod that I did some voice acting for a very long time ago. It's a mod that's been in development for a good long while, and it's kind of where I envisioned at least part of the next season of Leon's Tale going. So we have that to look forward to. It's going to be a ride. There were parts of the previous season with Leon that I really enjoyed, where we were able to just explore some really unique things that were very far off and away from the kind of traditional Skyrim experience. So I'm very excited to have that back. Pringles, thank you very much for that super chat. We'll see if Janet is awake and aware today. Fingers crossed, huh? Fingers crossed. Let's see.
Hey Arigan, been a while since I've been to a town hall. Good to see you're doing well and staying healthy.
I'm as healthy as I can be. Probably need a little bit more sleep as always, but you know, I am most certainly happy. So yeah, I am very much looking forward to having Leon back. Remotely Fungus, any chance of RimWorld anytime soon? I really do want to jump back into RimWorld. There are actually a number of things that I want to return to. Some of them are going to be, you know, larger series, others, you know, a little bit smaller. I do want to do RimWorld, but I want to do it in a different kind of format from what I was doing it before. Less of a Let's Play, more focus on, you know, there being a story there, and I'm still kind of trying to play around with the idea of how I would do that. There are some really good YouTubers out there who are telling stories with RimWorld, Pixel Rookie being one of them. I'm hoping to actually do a little bit of work with him, where I might be doing some voice work, so stay tuned on that front as well. But yeah, there are some really good RimWorld roleplay creators out there on the internet, and whether or not something is going to be that kind of style, I'm not sure, but I am certainly eager to play some more RimWorld, so having it back here on the channel would be super nice. Hatterack, fantastic to have you here. I am sorry that your connection is not that good. Very sorry. Vincalion, do you think that Baldur's Gate 3 would be an absolute gem of a fully voiced roleplay series? Yeah, and that's the thing, the full release. I would definitely be down for it, but that's the thing, for the full release. I actually have Baldur's Gate 3. I've just played with the character creator. I haven't actually played the game yet. And part of that's because I kind of want to hold off, because I know the first time I play it, I'm going to want to play a whole heap of it. So yeah, that's why I'm trying to just pull back on that as much as I can. hold off, you know. Let's see, Rogue, have I ever thought about doing a session of Crusader Kings 3? That's the weirdest thing, is that like Crusader Kings 2 was my favorite game for the longest time, and I was super hyped about 3 coming out, but I've just had no time since Crusader Kings 3 came out to actually play it. I haven't had a chance to buy it yet, so I will be purchasing it, but I really want to play a fair amount of that, and I think I'd probably want to try and get at least a little bit good at it before I try and share that with any of you, be it on a stream or anything else like that. But yeah. Yeah, it would be a lot of fun. I know that I have played Crusader Kings 2 on stream before. It was for like a very short duration, but yeah, there we are. Anything new for Logan's Tale? I haven't revisited it yet, but I feel like it's probably around about the time that we start rolling back into that. What I might end up doing is just kind of do a rotation almost, because the role plays take up a fair amount of editing time. The recording time isn't so bad. It usually takes me about a day to do a full record of an episode, but the editing time can take that same amount of time as well, which can be quite tough. To try and schedule that. Nanania, hello to Buster. Amelie is around somewhere. I think she's just laying down in the other room at the moment, but yeah, I'll see if I can pull her out for a little bit later. So yeah, I feel like what I might end up doing with like Logan's Tale and Ash's Tale is just do it on a bit of a rotation. Something else that you might notice is that Ritual Cast has been delayed until tomorrow, just because this was on here today, and I didn't want to try and, you know, have you forced between watching 2 different things, so that is going to be coming out tomorrow. One moment. Dodging a sneeze. Trying to. Couldn't dodge it in the end. It got the better of me. It's the lighting, I think. Oh dear, it's going to look like I've been crying. I've gotten emotional. Yeah, I've got something I need to talk to you guys about. It's super important. That sneeze was, yeah. Oh dear. When am I going to be doing a roleplay for Bannerlord? So, in the last episode that we had of A Knight's Tale, I did put a bit of a... I put a poll out there. Sleeth, thank you very much for your super chat. Let's hear that lesson 3.
I am Janet, hear me roar. Roar. Less than 3.
That's very good, Janet. That was super intimidating. Yes. So yeah, Bannerlord. When? It could be within the next few weeks. It's just going to depend how long it takes me to get certain mods in place so that I can have full cinematic control, because the way the vote went, it went for a new series. So what I'm going to be doing with the current series with William is I'm going to be winding that down. I'm not just going to drop it. We are going to have like an end to his story to a degree, just because yeah, I really felt like he'd pushed as far as he was comfortable with pushing, and yeah, right now all he's getting is just more and more death for no real reason. There's no, he doesn't have the motivation to keep on pushing to kind of, yeah, conquer the land. That's not his dream. His dream was to fight in tournaments and to be loved by the people, and so there we go. Yeah. Remotely Fungus, when am I winding Kenshi down? We're still a little ways off. We've got a really big fight coming up in the next episode, or rather the preparation for it. We might have the fight as well. We will see. But we're going to be heading back to Blister Hill and to take on the Holy Nation. Whether or not we continue pushing from that point, I feel like we're probably going to have to, just because of some of the recent encounters Sand and the Breakers had. I can't see the United Cities operating in the way they are continuing to do so. So, yeah, we will see what happens there. Yeah. Pringles, yes, that is true. A pack animal is named after you. We do have a Garu named Pringles. So there you go. Kenshi famous. Christopher, thank you very much for the super chat there. I think Janet is back. Back in the room.
Riken, I hope you consider having Akira come back to go to Nuka World in Frost, which was not made by Nagrim but someone else. Lots of ghouls, I'm told.
I'm certainly tempted. I'm certainly tempted. I feel like, in general, there would be a lot of support to do that, so we will see. We will see what happens there. Yeah, so... Captain Twitch, who is the older sibling, Dusk or Elliot? They're twins. I'm trying to remember whether or not I have stated who is the older. I feel like if I haven't, and correct me if I'm wrong, because we did the first series with Elliot, I think that Elliot was the first, and Dusk was the second twin born. Yeah. Yes. Oh, Vincalion, we will definitely have more of a morally grey character for Bannerlord. Don't you worry. Our next character is not so honourable. I've got some pretty big plans for that, so yeah. There will definitely be chaos. Yeah. I mean, like, no, Sleef, they were born twins. They did have the same mother. Yeah. Pringles, have I ever thought about hiring an editor? It would be amazing to be able to do that. It's a question of funds. Maybe one day that's something that I'll be able to look at, and that'd be a fantastic thing to be able to look at. It would take a lot of, it is very difficult to let someone... That's the thing, I struggle even with like Ritual Cast in Zealand to let other people help me, because I feel like, especially with YouTube and really anything creative, you have very particular ways of doing things, and that's not always the right way, but it's the way that you know how to do it. And it can take quite a bit of faith to allow someone else to help you with something. So yeah. There, Duck, thank you very much for the store link there. If you haven't seen the Rycon Roleplays store, we do have 2 fantastic pieces of art in there at the moment that are available in a variety of styles. I have been working on getting an Elliot piece up as well, because, I mean, Elliot survived his run in Dust, so I feel like we've got to reward the boy. He finally succeeded at something. Oh dear. So yeah, it's... Yeah, I've got a kind of particular way of doing things, I guess you could say, and yeah, it's not always the right way, but yeah, eventually, I'd like to say there is a possibility there. Yeah, I am super excited about Cyberpunk. Whether or not I will do a roleplay with that, I'm not sure. The kind of like fully voiced roleplays are a little bit more difficult to navigate, because either I have to try and find a way to remove those voice files, or just try to edit around them, and that can be a little tough. So I will see what happens there. I'm really looking forward to playing that myself as well. So yes. Nanania, what am I playing off camera at the moment? I'm honestly, I'm not playing that much. I did revisit the Outer Worlds briefly, because I know I didn't get to fully explore that here on the channel, which I'm still disappointed that I wasn't able to continue it, but it was just an interest thing. Yeah. Nothing else really. I've been wanting to dive back into Dragon Age Inquisition, but I just haven't had the hours at the moment, and it's not because like I've just been working all the time. I've also been watching a lot of shows as well. Would I ever do Sand merch or any character from the Unbroken? I'd love to do some Sand merch, and yeah. I did remember someone putting together some fan art for Sand, which I really, really liked, kind of like the old Soviet-era kind of communist style, and I feel like that would fit really well for Sand in Sand City, so we might look at going in that direction, possibly, because I feel like that would be neat. So yeah, I guess we've got 2 possibilities then, both Sand and Elliot, so we'll see what happens there. Yeah, Blackwater, I don't have any intentions to do a Dragon Age series, but Dragon Age is a game that I do adore. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Noah was the first Twitch, and I did try to bring Noah back in Dust. It just didn't go very well, unfortunately. Yeah, which is which is rather unfortunate. But yeah, no, Noah was my first character in Cataclysm, and she had a really long run. I forget sometimes how long some of those Cataclysm series went. Like she'd been around for a decent duration and did accomplish a whole lot. I mean, she was wielding a friggin' Nodachi with broken arms. You know, her arms in kind of like in slings or in casts, and yeah. Oh boy, yeah. No, but let me try that again. God damn it. Nanania, congratulations on the D&D group. I hope it goes well. Dear. I do have a little bit of D&D lined up this afternoon, some more Descent into Avernus, so fingers crossed I can make it through that live for another session. Yeah. Let's see. Sleeth, you asked a few months back, but still curious about a new zombie series. Zomboid, yes. I have been aching to play Zomboid again recently. I've been watching a lot of Ambiguous Amphibian, just seeing where Project Zomboid has gotten to now makes me super excited about playing it again. And I definitely have intentions to play Zomboid and to bring it back as a full-blown roleplay. So that is one of the new shows that will be inserted somewhere into the schedule. As to where that fits in, not 100% sure yet. I suppose we will see. But yeah, Zomboid most certainly going to be popping along. There are two other kind of projects that I'm wanting to work on as well. Both of them are Cataclysm related. Obviously, Dusk is in a very, very good place at the moment, and I'm absolutely loving seeing where that's going. The kind of, the slow flourishing of the woods has been nice. But there are two others that I'm wanting to explore. Obviously, we didn't get to have a proper exploration of Magicalism, and that was kind of just due to the fact that I ran out of time at the time to continue that, and the kind of the style that I went with the series, I don't think it sat too well with too many people, so I might try and revisit that in a different way, more of like my traditional fashion of playing Cataclysm, but still with roleplay elements interspersed in it, not going for the full-blown kind of roleplay. Just because I don't feel like that gelled as well as I was hoping it would, and so we will be revisiting Magicalism, but more than likely with a different character as well, just so that we have a fully fresh start on that one. And finally, the other project that I'm wanting to revisit in Cataclysm is Leif, or rather the challenge that we started with Leif, starting out in the wilderness, naked, afraid, with nothing else but the skin on our back to begin with. I really enjoyed that kind of different style of gameplay, and I feel like we could get a lot of enjoyment from that. Those two I'm wanting to try and bring in. As to where they fit into that schedule, I'm not sure yet, but yeah, I do really want to visit both of those. The only thing that makes me slightly nervous about potentially having so many Cataclysm series on the go at any given time is that it can be difficult to follow exactly, what's going on in what series, and that's why I'm hoping if they're different enough from each other, we will all be able to keep track. And so it's the same for me as well, because sometimes you'll be like, hang on, wait, didn't this person have this, or they have access to this item? I feel like yes. Mine went completely blank then. But yeah, I think you get where I'm going with this. There'll be three very different series. With Dusk, we have a very, very late game character who is into the kind of base building stage of Cataclysm. We'll have someone that is very, very early in the Cataclysm, but a Cataclysm that is, bolstered by magic. And then finally, we'll have someone who is out in the wilderness, surviving with what they're able to find and what they're able to make with their two hands. So I'd be super happy to give that a go. Captain Twitch, does all your Cataclysm games take place in the same world, or is it a soft reboot for each campaign? Yeah, so effectively the way that I've been running it is I do have them in separate worlds, and that's just to kind of, it's just for kind of the compatibility and having really, really old worlds and using them with an updated engine or the updated game, things can get really, really weird really, really fast. So what I might try and get in the habit of doing is creating separate instances of Cataclysm so that I can keep them as they are. But in a cinematic sense, they do all exist in the same universe. Just slightly different variations of that universe sometimes. Like, obviously, Dusk right now, she's not where she was before. It's not to say that she is somewhere completely different, but, yeah. Something that another character really did mess with things. The RCU. Yep, there you go. Dear. Other news? Zealand is coming back. So next weekend, we're going to have a one-off special, something that we recorded way before all of the, the madness that we've had this year because of the coronavirus. Yeah, we recorded it before then, and I've sat on it for a very, very long time because it didn't feel right to release it at the time that we recorded it. We recorded it in maybe towards the end of February, March, before things started getting really bad on a global scale. And things are very bad now. But I feel like we've had separation. I feel like there's a chance that we might, be able to have that release. So next Sunday, Red Eye is going to be on your screens. Ben, thank you very much for that super chat.
Bit of cash to you, my friend.
Thank you. Ah, dear. Yeah, no, Captain Twitch, Dusk is 7'3" at the moment. She is a large lady. She is large. Yeah. So yes, there we go. Red Eye. It's taking us back to the beginning of the end in Zealand, before the longest night, following a group trying to make their way home. And, chaos will ensue. So what I'm going to do with that is we're going to have that release as the whole session, so that's going to come out all at once. And then the following week, we're going to have Zealand back on the regular. So we're going to have the hour-long parts back. And we have had some wild occurrences. Hey, Triton! Triton is here in the chat. Bloody Red Eye. Yep. Red Eye was an experience, to say the least. And, it's a good one. It is a good one. But yeah, Zealand, the rest of Season 4 is going to be back on your screens. I can't wait for you to see it. Some incredibly exciting things go down. So, yeah. Red Eye is, the name Red Eye is in relation to, where you might imagine to hear Red Eye in your current world. Yeah. Trying to give it away but not give it away. Yeah. Good to see you here, Triton. Good to see you here. Ratman, what tracks do I use in Kenshi? What tracks do I use? I use a whole range of different tracks. I get them from a place called Epidemic Sound. It is a really big royalty-free sound library that I have access to. I get most of them from there, but I do alter them. I usually drop the speed of them by like 60%, sometimes 40%, just because I like really long, drony, atmospheric music, and yeah, I feel like that helps it fit in a little bit more. Other than that, I do sprinkle in some songs from Kenshi in there still, but yeah, it's a whole range from there. I might try and see about releasing the actual tracks that I use in general. As to where I do that, I'm not sure yet. I'll probably post it on Facebook or Twitter if there is enough interest in like a soundtrack. I'll put together a soundtrack type thing. So yeah, I shall. Have I thought about adding any other mods to Kenshi? Not at the moment. Yeah. If we were going for like a different playthrough, possibly. Yeah. Kai, serious question, but do you guys have any problems with the CDDA launcher? Yeah, so the problem with that at the moment is that Windows, for some reason or another, identifies it incorrectly as a Trojan. And so what it will do is it will just kind of take it and delete it. And if you're quick, you can kind of interrupt it from doing that. So yeah, there isn't a fix for that at the moment. It is really frustrating to deal with, and it only really seems to be the more updated versions of the launcher that issue happens with. So yeah. I wish I had more advice there. Usually what I will do is when I do a fresh update or fresh install of the launcher, I'll usually copy the exe because Windows will just jump in there and grab it as soon as you try and start it up. So if that happens, you've got a copy of it, you can paste it back in there and you can try again. So yeah. After Dusk, any notions on the next Fallout Survival series? There has been quite a few people who have been asking about Horizon, I think, which I believe is a mod for Fallout 4. So there is a possibility that we might explore something like that. And of course, Seeking Sovngarde. I feel like that is probably the direction that we'll go in once we have fully explored Dusk. I feel like I've got maybe one more character, depending on how things go with Raphael. So we will see what happens there. The next character would be not as vanilla to Dust, I guess you could say, but yeah, I suppose we will see about that. Yeah. How about a Let's Relax Soon? Yeah, it is about time for something like that. So yeah, the possibility is there. Whether or not, I am not sure. I'm not sure yet. I can't confirm that. Ben, Horizon is a massive overhaul to Fallout 4. Okay, alright. I mean, I like the idea of that. Anything that's close to Frost in terms of how much it changes the game, I'm down for that because it's a different kind of experience. Do I ever play any games like Sins of a Solar Empire? Devon, or Divine, rather. I used to play a lot of that with a whole heap of... yeah, the crew from Zealand, actually. Yeah, we used to play Sins together for various different kind of lands and all the rest. So yeah, but I haven't played anything like that on stream before. Ever thought of doing a Stellaris run? I would. I just don't have any experience in Stellaris whatsoever. I've really enjoyed watching Let's Plays of Stellaris, but it's one of those things where it kind of gets close to like Europa Universalis in terms of like its complexity, and I'm like, it's gonna take me a while to get a hang of this. Do I want to get a hang of this? I do, but yeah, it's tough. It's like it's that time investment. I'm not sure. Yeah. Will I ever return to XCOM 2? I think it's unlikely, which I know that is disappointing. Yeah. I felt like that series kind of just petered out for me in a way, and yeah, it felt like we weren't getting traction. And I know a lot of that's like my mistake as a player. I feel like if I spent a fair bit of time researching beforehand, I would have been able to approach it a lot better. I feel like I would be better doing it again now, but yeah, my own gameplay wasn't up to scratch. We were going downhill, and downhill fast. Have I ever thought about role-playing Dwarf Fortress? Yes, so that is one game that I am willing to put a lot of time into learning the mechanics. I would be more focused on adventure mode than the actual Fortress side of things, just because I find adventure mode much more compelling. And I have played a fair bit of adventure mode before, and I have enjoyed that. But yeah. Galagoth. It is an interesting thing. Stellaris is probably way more approachable than Cataclysm. I guess it's just that I've been playing Cataclysm for the last 7 years, maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, it's easily my favorite game. So I mean, that's why I've put so much time into it. But yeah, Shockwave. Ever thought of doing a Dragon's Dogma run? I always keep on installing Dragon's Dogma and playing it for a little while, and then I do fall off. I do feel like it's a super fun game, just in terms of its mechanics and how it plays. It is super, super fun, but yeah. Unoriginal Overlord, I am most certainly going to be doing another playthrough of Zomboid. I actually went back and watched some of Nick's Tale, my Zomboid roleplay that I did back in the day, and oh boy, oh boy, oh dear. Sure was a thing. I mean, like, there are moments in it that I'm like, oh yeah, that was kind of cool. But other times, yeah, I feel like for anyone, when they go back and watch like old material that they've done, it's always difficult, and that was most certainly difficult. Right, I haven't missed it. It is time for us to announce the Lotum. I was just trying to slam through some questions there. So, for those of you who don't know what the Lotum is the Legionnaire of the month, and we are going to be announcing a new Lotum. So, get yourselves ready, strap yourselves in. I'm just going to go ahead and pause this preview playing in the background. Luckily the audio wasn't playing, that would be bad. Okay, alright, we are going to start to roll out a drum roll. Any moment now, here we go. The Lotum, the Legionnaire of the month, for this current month is Vassal of the Night. Yes, Vassal of the Night, that is correct. Some of you might have seen Vassal of the Night in the comments sections of a number of different videos, both Kenshi and Dust writing some fantastic pieces of fiction extending the various characters that we have encountered in these different worlds, and yeah, there's a lot. There is a lot there. I am incredibly impressed, like, how quickly Vassal is able to to put those out on videos. So Vassal, congratulations, you are the Legionnaire of the month. I have really enjoyed reading along whenever I have a episode of Dust go live. And that's something that I have really enjoyed in general. I know there are a lot of people who like to extend the various different worlds that we're in, and I know that I'm not the only person that likes that. People that usually dive down into the comments to check those out, we all enjoy it. So thank you not only to Vassal of the Night, but everyone that helps extend the universe. It is much, much appreciated and enjoyed by many. Yeah. Remotely Fungus. Vin Callion, the person who Rykon mentioned was Pixel Rookie. Yes, Pixel Rookie. Pixel Rookie, absolutely fantastic for RimWorld. I do recommend checking him out. Yes. Yes. Good luck indeed. Good luck indeed. Alright, we are burning up down here. It is so much warmer today than it has been any other day, and I have no idea why. I don't think I'm doing anything differently down here. Oh, boy. Oh. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can find Amelie. Elin, what's up? Good to see you. One moment. I might return with a cat. Okay, dog. Thank you for the super chat. This ain't no dog. This is Amelie. Hello again. There we are. She was asleep, so she's probably not super happy to be here right now. But, you know, we're doing okay, huh? Yeah. I feel like for the next Let's Relax, I'm probably going to have a multi-camera setup so that we can have Amelie on camera as well. Because generally once she finds a spot, She's gonna stay in it for a good long while. There we go. Alright, go on you. Hop back down. Get into the sun. But yes, again, if the stream does end all of a sudden, it's Amelie's revenge. So, yeah, there's that. Pringles, thank you very much for the super chat. Oh dear. Alright. Janet, good luck. Good luck.
Don't you just hate it when your cat wakes you up like this? Meow. 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 Meow.
Pringles,
meow.
how long? Okay, there we go. My god. My god. I was like, is it just gonna keep on going? Is it longer than the preview? Oh boy. Well, yeah, here we go. Yeah, if there was a lot of full stops and then another meow. Yeah, there we go. Next time. Oh boy. There we go. Ah dear. So, yes, we've had a few announcements there. A few things to look forward to in the future. Yes. I believe I have talked a little bit about Dusk and Elliot's origin. They were born in the lab. That's kind of all they've ever really known. Elliot's, however, wasn't in that lab forever. He did have a life on the outside for a time, but it was very, very short-lived. Whereas Dusk has been, all of her younger life was spent locked up inside that lab, Mount Auburn. Okay, dog. Thank you very much for that super chat again.
Or when the cat goes, room him so fast, look at me now boy, room pat 4 a.m.
Yeah, I mean, that's Amelie. 4 to 4:30 every morning is when, it's time to be fed. Now is the time. Yep. Ah, dear. The rest of the housemates are fantastic. Thank you, Nanania. Yeah. Captain Twitch, unfortunately, they never really had any interaction with their parents. Yeah. Unfortunately, their mother really didn't have any interaction with them. And there is no word of a father. I mean, there must have been to some degree, but we don't know anything about him. Yeah, but we know that they had a mother, and that that mother didn't stay in the lab. Yeah. Jedi Master Yoda 69. Good question. And yes, the possibility is there. We were talking about that a little bit earlier, and about how that might occur. So yes. Oh, Ben, I'm definitely Amelie's pet. She's got us under a very large amount of control. So yeah. Oh dear. Virtual Art New Adventures in Skyrim Special Edition. Yeah, we are definitely going to have Seek and Sovngarde returning, and more than likely we will be playing with Ultimate Skyrim, who is developed by Belmont Boy, but I think he changed his channel name recently to Dylan Perry. I think. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. But yeah, we'll more than likely be using Ultimate Skyrim because, his mod structure is second to none. It's fantastic. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I didn't see that your channel name was New Adventures in Skyrim Special Edition. Oh dear. I only just noticed that now, I'm sorry. There we are. I haven't really talked about it too much, Elon, but the possibility is there for more streams in the future. It's just a question of time, really. But I would like that. Stole the memes. Could I please add my face cam back into vids? Yeah. I'd say the possibility is always there. It's just a question of whether or not the majority are into that. And also, I feel like if I was to do that, it would be at the beginning of something again. So yeah, it does depend on the series, and yeah, whether or not it is more just focused on the character, or if it's more of like a let's just play a game. I feel like for those, I feel like Facecam does fit a little bit more. So yeah. Yes indeed, Duck. Please do join up with our Discord. We have a merry band there. It is wild. It is wonderful. There is all kinds of different role plays there. There is a fantastic fan art channel where there's just, yeah, there's a whole heap of good stuff. So I highly recommend that you go and check it out. Yes. Yes, that's very true, Vin. Good RP all around. Well, welcome, Adventures. It's good to have you here. Yeah, Ultimate Skyrim is super freaking cool. Snidrus, thank you very much for the super chat. I hope I got close to that.
Hi,
Snidrus?
Arkin. I've only recently subscribed, but you have to be one of my favorite content creators. I love your Frost and Dust series. Keep it up.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It is always a surprise that we've had success in those series. I mean, we have definitely had some misses. There are hits, there are misses, but for the most part, we've done an okay job at staying alive. I'm having to drink a ridiculous amount of water today, just because it is very warm, very, very warm. Yeah. So, we have about 15 minutes left of today's stream. If you got things you'd like to be known, fire them through. I'll do my best to answer them. Pringles. I tried with I Am Bread. I tried. I think it was for like the 60,000 subscriber special. I actually started trying to record a special RP in I Am Bread. But it completely messed up. Like the game just would not run for me at all. I couldn't get the font to display in anything that was any kind of human language. It was pretty much just Windings, and I have no idea why. So yeah, there we go. Dear. Where am I from? I noticed your American accent is a little English. Yeah, I know. My American accent is kind of all over the place. Most of my accents are. I'm from New Zealand, but I do have British parents, so I have like a weird mixture of accents going on. I mean, they do have pretty much like Kiwi accents now to a degree, but yeah, it can vary. Yeah. I know Duck was very upset. Yep. I know. I would love to roleplay I Am Bread. I would love it, but unfortunately, it wouldn't let me. Who knows? Maybe one day it will. We shall see. I haven't had a chance to play Hades yet, Elon, but I've seen very, very good things. I've seen a lot of art on Twitter. A lot of art. Yeah. Shockwave, do I prefer winter or summer? I feel like I'm more of an autumn and spring kind of guy, you know? A little bit of both. Yeah, right now, summer, not so great. Generally, because whenever I'm recording or anything like that, I need to have windows closed because there's too many beautiful birds hanging around here, and their songs, yeah, their songs are too loud. They end up on the microphone. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah, Triton. My accent in general, like my regular voice, is a bit of a mess. It's kind of all over the place. Yeah. Ah, dear. Hey, I did consider doing a Subnautica roleplay for a decent while. I actually kind of did like a live action. That's the word I was looking for. I did like a live action introduction. Yeah, where I was in a wetsuit in my shower. I know that sounds weird, but on camera it did look like I was in the escape pod, so there we go. Yeah. Virtual art. Maybe you want to start role-playing as well. Do I have any advice on how to start with it? Start with something that interests you. You know, if you're going to be playing a character, make sure that they intrigue you. But roleplay is all about motivation. It's just about finding what your character's motivation is and then just running with that. It is good to have someone that is a little bit different from you. But yeah, it is all about just like finding motivation, what that character desires, and yeah, following that. What's Dusk's favorite animal or color? I feel like for Dusk, her favorite color would be green, because she's mostly green. Favorite animal though? That's a tough one. I feel like it would be a moose, because they have the highest content of meat. I feel like Dusk thinks a little bit more like that than, yeah. I mean, she did have Candy the horse for a decent while, and ended up letting her go because, yeah, it just didn't feel right just having her tag along. She'd be perfect to have right now. Having a horse would be great, but yeah. So maybe it's horses, maybe, yeah. Hey, Mr. Divine, it's been good having you here. We'll see you around in the future. But thank you for popping in. Kieran, weird animal facts from Rycon. Yeah, I mean, what can I say? Yeah. That is true. Well, I mean, I don't know if they'd have more than mooses. I mean, I feel like horses are quite lean creatures. Not a lot of fat. New adventures. Am I recording just for fun? Oh no, sorry. You're asking visual arts. Sorry, my bad. I just saw the ad. That is true, Jedi Master. I very well could have bread on my face. That is true. I feel like we're setting expectations for this now. Yeah, you know what? There's going to be a live action intro for this thing. Screw it. We're going to do it. We're going to make it happen. Oh, dear. Brazy TG, there will be a new episode of Ritual Cast. It's just going to be coming out tomorrow. I just didn't want it to be out the same time as this. I didn't want to try and split viewership between the live stream and that. So I want it to have a good chance to populate on its own. Yes. Elin, thank you for that super chat. Nearly. I'm like an episode behind.
Caught up on CR, Shiver and Quiff.
Close. Yeah. Just an episode or two behind now, I think, possibly. Yeah. Shockwave, that was my voice in Apotheosis. And Apotheosis is something that I'm going to be integrating into, Old Boy Leon's Tale. Yes. I have not tried moose, Nanania. I can't say I have. But hey, there we go. What's my favorite fanfic I've read of the RCU? That's incredibly difficult to pick from. I wouldn't be able to just pick one. Yeah. What is Apotheosis? Apotheosis is a large mod for Skyrim that lets you delve into the world beyond the material. Good stuff.
Akira full-length movie win. Love riding for her, haha.
Biggie, thank you very much. There's a chance we might see more of Akira. There is a chance. Given this new mod that's just come out that has expanded Frost into expansions. So the possibility of a return is there. We shall see. As a new person, if I had to recommend an RP of yours, which would it be? It's tough. It really depends on what kind of flavor you're into. I'm a very big fan of my Outlast series, just because they aren't too long. They're short, they're sharp, and I feel like there's some really, really good roleplay in there. For story though, for like an overarching story, I'd have to say Skyrim and Leon's Tale. But then, Logan's Tale, especially in New Vegas, was my very, very first stuff. So if you're looking at getting into roleplay, I'd say watch some of that and then watch some of my later stuff, and you can kind of see where the growth is, because, there is a fair bit of growth. feel like there's some construction happening upstairs. Weird. Weird. Yes. Yeah, so Skyrim. Shoot, go for it. Yeah, it is always difficult to look back on older material, but yeah. Yeah, no, there is definitely hammering going on. I have no idea what that is. Weird. Not sure. I am not sure. I will be sure to investigate soon. Wanus, thank you very much for the super chat. Thanks for stopping in. Much appreciated.
Stopped in to say hi and thanks.
It's the farmer? It very well could be. Yeah. It very well could be. What time is it? It's nearly time for the town hall to come to an end. We are going to be wrapping up any moment now. So if you do have any kind of, burning questions that you want to get out before we wrap things up today, be sure to let them fly. Patrons, we are going to be having our after town hall chat. I'm going to need like a minute or two just to, bio breaks and all that. But yes, while I have the chance, and while some more of the questions are flooding in here, I would like to again extend a great big thank you to the patrons who continue to make this channel possible. Without your support, I wouldn't be able to do what I do here. So if you ever see someone who claims to be a patron, give them a big pat on the back. I wish there was a way that we could integrate that with memberships here on YouTube. There are reasons why I don't use membership here on YouTube, but it would, maybe there will be a way that I can use some other kind of variation to the chat that would be able to notify you to who is a patron, because they are the people who continue to make this channel possible. So, yeah. Elin, thank you.
Quick, bit of cash before I / Janet.
I'm just trying to see what temperature it is in New Zealand at the moment, and I don't seem to be able to get a reading right now. It's probably not that warm. I mean, it says it's 13 degrees at the moment. It is definitely not 13 degrees in here. Not one bit. I'll see if I can get an update. But yeah, it is a lot warmer inside here today, so yeah. I hope Raph lives forever too. I hope so too. It's 17 degrees outside at the moment, which is nothing, so yeah. And that's Celsius. We use Celsius here. Yeah. Sorry for the confusion there. Snidris? There isn't a confirmation of Subnautica. I did try to record the intro, but yeah, it was another one of those things where it's like I didn't have time to get that going. So yeah, unfortunate as it is. Yeah. Is Dusk a nice person? Depends who you're asking. If you're asking people at the hub, I'm pretty sure they'd have a differing opinion on that. Yeah. That is true, Triton. It is the humidity. Yeah. Well, I am going to have to wrap things up here, folks. I know we're a little bit before the time. But I'd like to thank you all for coming along to today's town hall. It's been a pleasure to be able to sit down and chill out with you. I need to actually like physically chill out now. We will get there. But yeah, be sure to pop along to the next one. The next one's actually going to be probably a little bit sooner, because obviously we're on the 15th. We're already, a decent way through the month. I try as much as possible to have these come out, or rather take place on the weekend around the 1st. So that's what we're going to be looking at for November. But obviously that isn't always going to be possible. Sometimes there's just going to be scheduling conflicts or just things that just take me out of office where I can't have this happen then. But I think it is important that we have it all the same. It's been fantastic to have you here, but like all things, it must come to an end. And so with that, we are going to be calling it a day. Thank you all for coming along to the town hall. It's been a pleasure to sit down with you. We're going to be wrapping things up here. For now, I've been Rycon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned.